See, this is what happens when Prima comes too early to meeting. We have a lot of banter. All right. This meeting of the Mahwah Board of Education is open to members of the public to be physically present. Members of the public that attend will be asked to follow the same procedures as all other visitors in our schools. Those procedures can be found on the agenda page of our website. Additionally, the board meeting will be live streamed for viewing purposes only. Anyone wishing to view the meeting may do so via Zoom. Webinar ID is 859-6107-4222, and the required password is 646532. I call this meeting to order. Roll call, please. Ms. Hiramoto.
Mr. De Silva, Mr. Kazmarski,
Here.
Mr. Copland,
Here.
Mr. Gallo,
Here.
Ms. Davanero,
Here.
Mr. Houston,
Here.
Mr. Hughes,
Here.
Mrs. Ting Jansen,
Here.
Dr. Morthy.
Here. Adequate notice of the agenda for this meeting has been provided to the Ridgewood News and the Record, specifying that the Mahwah Board of Education will meet on August 26, 2026, in the administrative offices, 60 Ridge Road, Mahwah, New Jersey. A copy was filed with the Township Clerk. Salute to the flag. Ms. Ting Jansen, would you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's move on to agenda questions. Please limit your questions at this time to resolutions under new business on this agenda. As a matter of fairness, you're asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you're here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and your position in the group. If you're here as an individual, please give us your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. Please specify the resolution you are referring to in your question. All right, I need a motion to open the meeting to the public. Mr. Gallo, second by Mr. Hughes. All right, we are officially open to the public. All right, seeing no one come forth at this time, a motion to close the meeting to the public. Mr. Kazmarski, second by Mr. Copland. All right, we do not have a Mahwah student representative report yet. I'm assuming we will have one at the next meeting as school begins soon. So let's go on to Dr. DeToro, Superintendent's report.
Yes, thank you very much. To start my report, I'm going to ask Ms. Rizzo to come up to provide the board with the 2025-2026 HIB self-assessment data.
Yeah, we can do it.
I'm not afraid. Hi, good evening, everyone. It's our annual analysis of the self-assessment that's mandated by the Department of Ed. This is reflective of the data from the 25-26 school year. So as all of you who have been on the board before, and perhaps if there's someone new, it has been the same for the last, 14, 15 years. The building-based school safety teams comprised of members from the building administration meet to evaluate the building's performance on the rubrics applied by the Department of Ed. The principal and the safety team gather and review the evidence to determine their score. Their scores are submitted to me, not their evidence, but obviously I'm aware of their evidence. And I, as the district anti-bullying coordinator, review their scores and either affirm their scores or go back at them for correction or additions. The rubric addresses everything that's basically within our policy and then some. So the core elements within the rubric address programs, approaches, and other initiatives. And underneath you can see that that is comprised of 5 indicators. Core element 2 addresses training on the BOE approved HIB policy. Core element 3 is about other staff instruction and training programs. Core element 4 is about curriculum and instruction on HIB and related skills. Core element 5 is about our personnel. Core element 6 is about school level HIB incident reporting. And our core element 7 is on our investigative procedures. And lastly, core element 8 is on our HIB reporting. The scoring is on a rubric from no points, meaning it does not meet the requirements, which means you have no evidence, to ultimately 3, in which we are exceeding the requirements and have more than enough evidence and beyond. The maximum score that any building can achieve is 78, and the district grade ultimately is created based on the average of all the schools. When we complete this, we will submit it to the Department of Ed. The Department of Ed has an opportunity to review our scores, dispute any of our findings. To date, and I feel confidently saying this without it's going to cause us any problem, they've never disputed our scores. So, having said that, Mahwah High School scored itself a 77 out of 78 with maximum scores in all of those core elements. Rampur Ridge scored itself a 77 out of 78, and you can see where they believe they have, and I affirmed, maximum scores. Joyce Kilmer as well scored a 77 out of 78. Betsy Ross a 78 out of 78. George Washington a 78 out of 78, meaning they have met all the criteria in each of the core elements. And lastly, Lenape Meadows, 78 out of 78. Let me just reiterate that scores are not based on how many investigations you've done, how many confirmed HIBs you may or may not have, but in fact meeting the requirements of the law. So our district average is a 77.5 out of 78. So every building scored either meets the requirements or exceeds the requirements in all core elements. When I took this over many years ago, I told the board and promised the board that my commitment would be that we would meet all requirements, and certainly we've done that in all of our years, and in fact have exceeded requirements where we could. So, important to know that in the 25-26 school year, the total number of investigations conducted throughout the district were 100, and 15 of which are confirmed cases. Now, let's just take a moment to ponder here. I'll give you a 4-count weight on that. So, when we look at this, you're saying, oh, 100 investigations. Yikes, perhaps. However, Mahwah is a non-discretionary district, so the minute someone says or puts in an email, harassment, intimidation, or bullying, or something is suspected to fall under the category of harassment, intimidation, and bullying, we must open an investigation. We will never defer from the obligation to conduct investigations on everything. I just feel that for our students and our faculty, we owe it to everyone to look into things. The good news is that out of those 100 investigations, 15 were actually confirmed cases, which you, the board, are certainly privy to in our executive sessions. So this is a historical trend, with last year being your rightmost column, in which you can see by building confirmed cases over total number of cases. And through this, you can see there have certainly been years, and I think we're right on the edge of COVID in some of this, so some of it is faulty, data in my opinion, because we weren't on site. But you can see, based on buildings, how many actual investigations they've done, and the total number of confirmed cases that existed there. So in order to be a confirmed case, it has to meet the criteria of the law and our policy, which means that there was a willful intent by someone who should otherwise have known that they were performing an act of harassment, intimidation, or bullying on a protected class. So when we look at this, it would make sense that our elementary schools are less likely to have profound numbers of confirmed cases because we take into account the teachable moment in our population having some naivete to what they are saying, and if in fact it is a willful attempt at harassment, intimidation, and bullying. And while not sounding comfortably well, it is conducive to a middle school environment where our brains are growing and we're learning, that we perhaps say things that are hurtful or inappropriate in order to get out of or get into situations. And again, in all of these environments, we use the teachable moment, we use reasonable consequences, but more so remedial measures. Let's keep in mind that our obligation to our student population, rightfully so, is that we make it stop. We make the harassment, intimidation, and bullying stop, and/or we make the offender stop. So, should we encounter a situation where there is a student who maybe has multiple investigations, even if not confirmed, we're taking a deep dive into that student and seeing if there's any supportive interventions, perhaps through our tiered intervention model, that we can address that student to ultimately make it stop. As committed to the board, all cases referred to the district were investigated, and all were investigated within the 10-day timeline set forth by the law. So ultimately, I take a look at all this data and I make a recommendation to Dr. DeToro as to what we should do with the data that we have at hand. The good news is your strategic plan is well placed to fall into line with the majority of the work that goes on with HIB. But the beauty is, in addition, our tiered intervention system adds that layer that I've just previously described. So we're using the safety team data in our tiered intervention system with our student support data teams. Student support data teams are everything that isn't academic in nature. So it is looking at students from their attendance perspective, their social emotional perspective, their discipline perspective, and we use the HIB data as well, as I told you earlier, for tier 2 or tier 3 interventions. This year we're going to do some in-district safety team training. Now in the past we often rely on our board attorney. This year I'm going to give it a go and I'm going to expose the team to some really intriguing legal findings from the state of New Jersey that I think will be edifying for them. And then lastly, we need to continue to educate our parents on the definition of HIB so that perhaps the 100 of points of investigations that we did that were more around, typical social situations, we can educate the parents as to the tight and refined definition of HIB. So with the closing of this evening, what will happen is our scores will be submitted officially to the Department of Ed. They have about a 6-month window of review. You can go right now on our website and see the scores we gave ourselves a year ago, off of, again, the same rubric. And then the Department of Ed has the opportunity to give us any feedback. I anticipate maybe even CUSAC might touch it as well and give us some feedback. But I'm really pleased with the outcome of our system, and I believe that our goals will continue to refine our approach with our students. Thank you.
Quick question, Lisa, the safety team, is there turnover in that group of people, or is it a pretty stable group of people?
It is predominantly a stable group of people from building to building. What is the turnover is the parent participation. So if a parent is interested, the lifespan of their participation in a building, we may keep them on. Some parents may say 1 year was enough, thanks, this isn't engaging enough for me, I'd like somebody else to give it a try. So of the turnover, it's our parent participant. For the most part, our safety teams, which I meet with twice a year formally, they meet another time without me, is the same members. And that is really a productive opportunity for us to go, remember 2 years ago when we were facing this issue, how about why isn't it happening now, or is it happening now? One of the best moves last year with our safety team was that I was able to see a problem at JK that was with the same cohort of kids that we had a similar problem with Lenape 2 years prior. And I was able to say to the principal of JK, Lenape dealt with this. It was a form of, roasting and inappropriate commentary, but it was that cohort of kids who still hadn't learned what proper discourse was. So obviously Mr. Alfano and his expertise developed a plan of intervention.
So there's continuity.
Absolutely, and there's, deep thought in the safety team meetings, and each building, after I meet with them, receives written notice as to their areas of strength and the areas that I'd like them to grow on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I just want to take a moment to thank Mr. Rizzo, the administrative team, and the anti-bullying specialists in each of the buildings. As you can see, with the 100 cases, people don't get a chance to really appreciate the amount of time each case takes to investigate. The schools do a great job of being comprehensive in their approach and really trying to unearth the story behind each of the allegations. And Ms. Rizzo walks hand in hand with each of the schools through all the cases, so it takes a significant amount of time. Obviously, it's for the right cause, because we don't want any of our children to either take part in bullying or be bullied in this district. So we take it very seriously, and I'm very proud of the work. So thank you so much to Ms. Rizzo and the team for doing that. So let's talk about some exciting things. I know in the last couple meetings we talked about we were going to bring back our presentations. Dr. Fair and I are going to, hopefully, if that's okay with you, Dr. Murphy, we're going to combo this one. We have a number of slides that we would like to share. There's a lot of exciting things that took place over the summer. So the first slide, we just wanted to say thank you. This is for the Miller family, the community contribution that they made. We'd like to recognize the Miller family for their generous contribution to the community through the installation of the patriotic American flag crosswalks. The Millers have deep roots in Mahwah. With Vicky serving as a paraprofessional and their daughter Sienna attending the Joyce Kilmer School, their generosity and commitment to giving back is a wonderful example of the community spirit that makes Mahwah such a special place. So thank you to the Miller family.
Vicky, class of 95. Not 3, but close enough.
Yes. Yes. Class of 95.
Yes, thank you.
The next one, we talked about this, we brought this to the board last year. This is, I believe, 2 years in the making.
Sorry, Joe.
It wasn't that
I was
much.
watching your
It's
back,
okay.
literally.
Keep going.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Security now.
Yeah, I was ready.
Right. I appreciate it. So, and we're back. Habitat for Humanity, this is something that we really, Ms. Kaczynski, Mr. Jandoli, and the Habitat for Humanity seniors from 2 years ago started this work, raised a ton of money through a number of different experiences, one of which the board took part in with the volleyball. If you guys remember the volleyball board versus town council. They broke ground last year. Our seniors from 2024 came back and they came back from college and helped with construction. It was a really great experience. And then they finally got a chance to meet the family that's going to be moving into the house. It's just a really powerful experience for all involved. I know Ms. Kaczynski, Mr. Jandoli can attest to just a special moment of understanding that when Mahwah came together, and Mahwah Public Schools is one of the biggest donors for this house. So it was just a great learning experience all around, and for it to come to fruition this summer was a very special moment. So thank you to all who were involved. Another exciting thing that's happening in Mahwah, as we said, over the years we continue to build these programs to keep our kids engaged throughout the summer. We have a vast amount of summer programs, including Safety Town, Summer Booster, Extended School Year, Camp Ignite, and Kindergarten Kickstart. And they were all tremendous success. These programs provided students with engaging opportunities to learn, grow, and prepare for the upcoming school year. So these are just some of the pictures. An exciting shift in Camp Ignite, which I'm really, really happy about, is with our continued commitment to getting our littles aware of what's happening in Mahwah, we were able to bring our youngest students in the program to the T3 building. And then we had a couple of our teachers from the T3 building teaching them with the resources that we have up there. And the excitement that they had utilizing the drones and the robots and the 3D printers in first, second, third grade was really exciting. We also brought the parents there to see the facilities. So we're making every bit of effort to inform our community about the great resources that we have here in Mahwah Public Schools. The last thing I have, and then I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Fair, is our summer internship and externship program. As we said in the past, we had this pilot a couple years ago with 3 students. We've now surpassed over 70 students that took part in the internship and externship program. And they were able to experience really authentic learning experiences in our community. Those learning experiences really ranged from a number of different things, spanning from financial services, environmental outreach, architecture, the medical field, Mahwah Regional, Chamber of Commerce, law, and then just all of these things directly connecting to their career of interest. So it's a great way of taking the learning from the books in the classroom and seeing it in action in the community. So I just want to take a moment to thank the administrative team over there and the staff that's involved in overseeing this program. It continues to be a great success, and we're committed to continuing to build. Also, Mr. Gallo, which I know you would appreciate, we also had some interns at NEVO this summer. So it was a great connection with that community resource as well.
Yeah, big thank you to all the organizations that sponsor our kids.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, without them, we wouldn't have it.
So I'll make sure to speak to that, I'll make sure to keep an eye out, because anyone who's not aware, in early fall, the high school invites all the organizations and businesses that are kind enough to let our students come in for a ceremony, that our students get up and they do a presentation on what they learned, their experiences, and really show appreciation to these businesses. And I know that the woodworking shop in years past, I'm sure they're going to continue, gives them really a symbol of our appreciation.
Sure. So you'll see on the next 3 slides, recently this summer, students transitioning into a new building, whether it's Joyce Kilmer School, Ramble Ridge, or the high school. They were able to participate in orientation activities designed to help the new students into a new environment become familiar with their new schools. These experiences gave students an opportunity to explore the buildings, obviously, meet new staff, learn about routines and expectations, and begin building connections before the school year begins. What's really cool is these experiences for our kids was born directly from our strategic plan conversations, where we talk specifically about making more connections and more thoughtful efforts into those transition years for our students. You can see here, if you check out the high school's Instagram page, I don't know if anyone actively checks it out, but we actually made a video at the high school that's really awesome. There's like music, there's like a whole thing.
It's very cute. It
Yeah,
was
so-
cute. I thought.
Yeah, right? They did a great job. In the spring, we made mention of those grants that the MSF ultimately approved. So we wanted to begin the school year and throughout the fall as those grants are in action, highlight the exciting results from the Mahwah Schools Foundation. You'll see here at George Washington School, new art showcase displays have officially been installed, providing students with an opportunity to celebrate and showcase their creativity throughout the school building, which is really cool. As we learned at our most recent Curriculum and Instruction Committee meeting last week, our 25-26 AP results are in, and we are extremely proud of our students. So you can see, based on that infographic, we had a total of 200 students complete 530 AP exams, with 94% of our AP students earning a score of 3 or higher. These results reflect the dedication of our students and staff, and as you can see here, it's our highest percentage over the past 5 years, which is really awesome. You'll hear this year that we're looking to expand our AP course offerings, so this is also really cool. And last but certainly not least, you'll see agenda item 19A, we already have a retirement to announce. So we want to congratulate Nurse Mertz on her upcoming retirement after more than 21 years of service to the district, serving as the school nurse at George Washington School. Nurse Mertz has been a valued leader within our nursing team and played an especially important role in guiding our district through the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are deeply grateful for her commitment We were able, Ms. Rizzo and I were able to meet with Ms. Mertz and the nursing team this morning, and she will definitely be missed. So, and I know she will miss us, but I know she's also ready, which is exciting. So we wish her nothing but the best in her retirement. And hopefully when we ultimately have our retiree celebration, she can come back to celebrate alongside us. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Exciting stuff going on. And I'm glad to hear it was a very successful summer for our students as well. And that Camp Ignite went well as well, because we brought it back to us, right? So that's a good highlight. It's a good highlight. But I think the important part is the administrative team is very committed to continue expansion of programming, offering new programs and different things, and I think that makes a difference, because there are a lot of parents out there who appreciate, to have programming in the summer for their students. So, thank you all, appreciate it. All right, Ms. Hiramoto, our business administrator, do you have a report this evening?
Yes, I do
Okay.
have a report tonight. So I just want to take a few minutes to provide an update on some of the work that has been taking place in the business office and throughout our facilities as we prepare for the new school year. So the business office has had a very busy summer as we work to close out the 25-26 school year, while also preparing for the start of the 26-27 school year. So we're now getting things in motion for our annual audit and beginning our preparations for CUSAC this year. There's also a lot that goes behind the scenes during this time of the year. So I want to thank the business office team for all their hard work and dedication throughout the summer. So on the facility side, it has been an extremely busy and productive summer. We have had a number of projects taking place throughout the district, both as part of the referendum and as part of our continued efforts to make the facility improvements during our summer months. So starting with the referendum projects, we have made significant progress on roofing throughout the district. The roofing project at Betsy Ross is approximately 95% complete, and the project at George Washington is approximately 90% complete. At Mahwah High School, the new roof over the gymnasium is complete. Additional roofing work is well underway. And we have also made significant progress on the temperature controls project at Building 7. We're also continuing to move forward with the Building 5 Life Skills project, which is currently out to bid and has received strong contractor interest. As the referendum work continues throughout the school year, any ongoing construction will be carefully coordinated and scheduled so that it does not impact instruction or disrupt our students and staff. So in addition to all the referendum work, our buildings and grounds team also took advantage of the summer months to complete a number of facility improvements throughout the district. These included drainage and heating improvements at Betsy Ross and George Washington, new flooring in the world language wing at Mahwah High School, along with the safety netting for softball and lacrosse, paving and curbing projects, and media center window glazing replacements, as well as window and cafeteria door replacements at Ramapo Ridge. So we've been very busy. Also, during the spring of 2026, we planted 80 trees throughout the district through the Trees for School grants. Of those 80 trees, 7 did not take, so those 7 trees are covered under our installer's tree guarantee warranties at some point during the school year. They're going to be replaced and replanted at no additional cost to the district. I also want to take a moment to thank Amazon for their generous donation to the district. So on Resolution 18HH on tonight's agenda, it's the board's acceptance of that donation, which includes assorted school supplies, backpacks, electronic accessories, and instructional supplies that will be distributed throughout the district for use by our students and staff. So we definitely sincerely appreciate Amazon's generosity and support of the Mahwah school community. So overall, it's been a very busy but productive summer. I want to thank everyone who worked behind the scenes to get our buildings and operations ready for the return of our students and staff. I also want to thank our administrative team, including Dr. DeToro, Dr. Fair, Lisa Rizzo, and Jody Kraft for all their work behind the scenes and for helping to ensure a smooth opening for the new school year. So we're really excited of the start of the 26-27 school year, and I just want to wish all of our students, staff, and families a wonderful and exciting year ahead. So thank you, that is my report.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. My report this evening is, I'll keep it brief. Hope you are enjoying the last few days of summer and wishing everyone a wonderful start to our school year. And again, thanks to everyone who's gotten our buildings ready, and our buildings and grounds, and our teachers who will be coming in tomorrow to start getting classrooms set up and all of that. So it's an exciting time, a lot of buzz, and we really wish all our students a safe and happy return back to our schools. I think we're in good shape, and have a wonderful, wonderful school year. All right, board committee reports this evening. Anyone? Mr. Gallo.
Just briefly, the finance committee met on Tuesday, yesterday. We discussed, we're gonna start seeing the reporting back on the referendum projects, how much we're spending, whether they're on schedule, that kind of thing. We talked about internal reporting mechanism and what the public will see eventually on our website sometime towards the end of, I think September 16th, we actually said. We'll have the website up and going on public access to the status of the referendum. Again, we can't thank the community enough for supporting us on this, and we've already started to see the fruit of some of that work. And the other thing is sort of just a note of caution in the upcoming year regarding our health and prescription drug coverage. As somebody's been following the news, the state is in the committee at the state level that talks about this stuff and decides what the plan will look like and how much it's going to cost. They're looking at a 34% increase on the state plan, which is it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's a number that's just beyond my comprehension. Thankfully, the district has taken steps in the past to mitigate some of the cost increases in healthcare, but it represents a huge risk to our financial plan going forward, both this upcoming year and the following year. So it's just something that we're going to have to continue to watch, monitor, and manage to our advantage as best as we can. But you know, it is the greatest risk to our stability of the district and the programs that we offer. In a very catastrophic way, it could be very, very bad. But we hope to come up with ways to mitigate that. We've done it in the past, and we'll put our minds together with our experts and ourselves to plot a path forward that makes sense for our kids and our community. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gallo. Do we have other committee reports? Mr. Gizmarski?
Town council.
Wow, I
liaison,
love it.
Township, it's very, look, it's at the bottom, board event
He's
liaison.
the
town
liaison.
council.
I
Yes,
noticed that.
I am Van
It
Gizmarski.
actually
Also the township administrator, nice to meet you.
Oh my God.
It's a little silly, but it's not, because I've been working on it for 5 years now. I'm happy to report that the first day of school, the 25-mile-an-hour lights will be flashing. I know, as crazy as it sounds. We came into this year, and we hear from the citizens all the time. We hear from me all the time. Like it looks sad. And I know they're just flashing lights that tell you to follow the law, but they haven't worked in like 6 or 7 years.
So they found the one laptop that can reprogram
No,
those lights?
well, we tried that, that didn't work. We tried to get quotes. One of the quotes I got in May was for like $85,000 to fix 6 of them. And I said, well, we'll just tear them down.
Yeah.
So I challenged our DPW leadership, and they scurried the whole internet, and again, purchasing laws in the state of New Jersey are ridiculous. Found someone for way under 20. So they've been fixed now. They've been programmed, they're ready to light up first day of school from 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Thank you.
We found out that 2 of them in town actually don't belong to the town after we disassembled them. The ones by Young World
Who
are
did
not
they?
ours.
Oh, they belong to Young
World.
They belong to Young World?
Is that the one that
You know-
got,
We put them back together before.
is that the one that got knocked down in a car accident?
No.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, so anyway, so I'm happy to report to be working. I know I know you've heard it, I've heard it from the same people. So that's all. It sounds a
Thank
little
you.
silly, but it's been years in the making to make lights flash.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to
Yes, he
the
will be,
township.
yes, he will be. now that his kids are out of school.
Yes, yeah. But he's been a topic on his mind.
Oh, I know.
Thank you, Mr. Gazmarski, for a wonderful update. Thank you very much. Any other, Ms. Jansen?
Yeah, just a quick update from the policy committee. You can see under R, the student use of internet-enabled devices, and there's been updates getting out to all the students on our policy, so you can take a look at that. And then under S, there's a series of second reading adoption of policies that we'll be reviewing as well. So long list there. If there's any comments there, we'll take those. But thank you. That's it.
Thank you very much. Our committees have been busy this summer, it looks like. Very good. On behalf of Instruction, Special Education Committee meeting, we met for our first meeting in August. So a few things that we would like to bring to the board's attention. First, Dr. Fair spoke about our AP scores, and Jim O'Hara came to present to us about the fact that we are on an AP honor roll of silver status, going for that gold. Again, how many students took, and I mean, there's just a continued focus on AP courses and increasing student involvement, increasing more communications to students, etc. And even looking at exploring some new AP offerings for the 27-28 year. So we got some updates on that. Ms. Kraft presented to us the proposed Parent Academy calendar. Again, a lot of good information in the Parent Academy, free to attend. Some will be in person, some will be virtual, and most importantly, it's always uploaded to the website after the fact. But we really, really encourage parents to take advantage of this. Ms. Kraft has put together a very thoughtful list covering different grade levels. So there's stuff for high school, middle, elementaries, and we really encourage people to take advantage of it. Again, free to the public, as they say. Dr. Fair spoke with us about our new hires. We have 23 recent hires to the district. And they had a spectacular orientation for the new hires and packed a lot of information in. And again, tremendous job to our administrative team and Dr. Fair. I think people have to go into this school year feeling very prepared. So, and then there's a new program that I wanted to bring to your attention that we're partnering with Ramco College called the Archway Program. So what we've known as student teachers concept, they're calling it now the Clinical Internship Program. So there's a little verbiage change, but similar concept. They will attend their academic courses at Ramapo and then be in the district 2 days a week. And the central office staff will be their clinical supervisors. I think we have approximately 9 students, Dr. Fair, in this program. So you might see some, new faces in the building. And again, Ramapo College is right here, has a tremendous program in teaching, and so it's again another coup to Dr. Fair for partnering with them and bringing some potentially new students into the district who it's kind of like could be kind of looked at, you see who you like and potentially could offer some people positions by the end of the program. So again, good luck to that and hope all that goes well. We also received some information on curriculum updates. I think that's 18BB on the board agenda if you took a look. And then a lot going on at Ramapo Ridge this year. So grades 6 through 8, there's the pilot program for the new science curriculum launched in June of 2026, and that will now kick off this fall. There's also the 6 to 8 math program, Ready Math. That also, there was writing done over the summer, etc., and that will be something also that's kicking off this year. And then there's been a change, an improvement, I would say, to our grade 6 ELA program where the focus is changed. They're using novels as vehicles to learn skills rather than just being focused on the facts of the novel. So it's again thematic and skills-based approach, certainly keeping the novels in, but not just focusing on the details of the novel. So I think this will be, it's really to promote, again, for our students, more, thinking, more writing-based focus, so all things that I think are going to improve the long-term curriculum for them. And then lastly, we had a reflective practice update from Dr. Fair. We'll hear more about that later. And that's it, and our next meeting will be on September 10th, 2026, so next month. But again, a lot happening. There's a busy time in this district over the summer, but thank you to everyone again for all your full participation. All right, any board member remarks at this time? Mr. Copeland.
I want to thank our policy committee for all their work on the Internet-enabled devices policy. I wanted to get it right, I'm sorry. This is, for those that aren't following it, this is the bell-to-bell cell phone ban that the state passed, I guess, earlier this year, I think. And it's being basically forced on all of the school districts throughout the state. I may not fully agree with it, but I think if you read the policy that we have here in Mahwah, I think we've done the best we could with what we have to do based on state law. So just wanted to thank Julie and everyone else, and Dr. Vitoro and everyone else. I do encourage, this is going to impact high school students big time. I've already had conversations with a certain sophomore in my household, and he has some predictions, so we'll see if any of his predictions come to fruition or not. But
I'm just going to get the 4-letter apology to this principal already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically. How do I get his cell phone back? But I do encourage, if you do have a high school student, please review this, because this is a big change, and I'm sure they'll go over it, the first couple of days of school. But I do encourage, if whoever's watching this, if you do have a high school student, please review this before the first day so they understand what the expectations are. But again, thank you to the policy committee.
Thank you, Mr. Copeland. I think that's very important. Yeah, it's going to be quite a change for our students. But you know what? They're resilient and they'll get used to it eventually. Perhaps.
We'll see.
Okay. Or they'll come and complain at home.
Coming from the home high school.
Yes, Ms.
I
Jansen.
just want to give credit for the recommendations Mike and Dennis put forward, because I think it's really important how clear the punishment will be for usage. And I think it's really important that we're clear with the teachers as well for helping them reinforce. So while this is not something we would have begun, it is here in our laps, and this is how we're addressing it. But take a look at the charts, right, to just be really clear on what the consequences are, so there's no surprises.
Great, thank you. All right, should we go to old business? 17, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, so 17 A through F for the various summer meetings and minutes. I need a motion on the floor. Mr. Gallo, second by Mr. Hughes, and I need roll call, please. Ms. Hiramoto.
Mr. Kaczmarski?
I am a yes on A and B, and abstain on C for F.
Mr. Gallo?
Yes, but I'm abstaining on D, C and D.
Ms. Savanero? Yes. Mr. Houston?
Yes, but abstaining on E and F.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes, but abstain on A and B.
Mrs. St. Jansen?
Yes, but abstain from A, B, E, and F.
Holy Krista.
Mr. Copeland?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm staying on C and D.
Yep,
Oh,
good job, Krista. Get a
Dr.
gold
Morty?
star.
Hello?
Oh,
Another perfect attendance.
where are you?
Oh.
Yes.
I think we're more surprised on that.
I you might be, but I was
Good
here.
job, Dr. Morty.
Thank you
Well
very
done,
much.
well
Thank
done.
you very much. That was maybe too many
Sorry.
meetings at once. All right, let's go on to new business. We have A through HH. I need a motion on the floor. Come to this side. Mr. Houston, second by Mr. Kazmarsky. Roll call, please, Ms. Hiramoto.
Mr. Kazmarsky?
Yes, I am, in A, I am abstaining from check 124696 for the water.
Mr. Gallo?
Yes, with no extensions this time.
Ms. Daveniero? Ms. Daveniero? Mr. Houston?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes, with the exception of R. I just want to thank the policy committee. I thought we had a very robust and in-depth discussion on this policy. But at this time, I still have a few concerns, and I'm going to respectfully vote no at this time.
Mrs. Ting Jansen?
Yes.
Mr. Coughlin?
Yes.
Dr. Morphy?
Yes. All right, now let's take new business personnel. We generally take our retirement separately. So let's take 19A. I need a motion on the floor. Mr. Kazmarsky, second by Mr. Hughes. And wow, Nancy Mertz, she's close to the heart. Both my kids went through George Washington schools, and she's just truly a caring and very nurturing nurse there. So she will be missed. All right, roll call, please, Ms. Hiramoto.
Mr. Kazmarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Gallo?
Yes,
Ms. Daveniero? Yes. Mr. Houston?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
Mrs. Ting Jansen?
Yes.
Mr. Coughlin?
Thinking about it, I don't know if I want her to leave. I guess I have to respect it. Yes, and thank you to Mrs. Mertz. She, as Dr. Morphy said, there's some big shoes to fill there. So we really appreciate everything she's done for us.
Dr. Morphy?
Yes. All right, now let's take 19. We have B through M. Motion on the floor. Mr. Coughlin, second by Mr. Hughes. All right, roll call, please, Ms. Hiramoto.
Mr. Kazmarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Gallo?
yes,
Ms. Daveniero? Yes. Mr. Houston?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
Mrs. Ting Jansen?
Yes.
Mr. Coughlin?
Yes.
Dr. Morphy?
Yes. All right, public questions or comment. Public participation at board meetings is in accordance with bylaw 0167. At this time, members of the public may ask questions or make a comment on educational issues or school matters of community interest. As a matter of fairness, you're asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you're here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and your position in the group. If you're here as an individual, please give us your name and address. All right, I need a motion to open the meeting to the public. Mrs. Ting Jansen and Mr. Gallo, second. All right, we are officially open to the public. All right, seeing no one come forth at this time, motion to close the meeting to the public. Mr. Coughlin, second by Mr. Hughes. All right, we do not, we don't need a, oh my God, I'm tripping over words today. Motion to, we do not need an executive session, so motion to adjourn. Mr. Kazmarsky, and second by Mr. Coughlin. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Have a good evening and great back to school.